Good morning. Today we're going to take a look at the 1988 Willow action figures by Tonka. Uh, they're not really action figures so much as PVC figurines. They're non-posable. They come on a metal base. All 17 of the figures and horses basically come on little metal pedestals that have foot tabs in the bottom that lock them in. I'll show you those tabs real quick. Let's see. There we go. You can see that they lock on, and they are removable from the bases, but I don't really recommend that. They don't really stand that well without the base. Each figure is carved to be its movie likeness. They didn't really take creative licensings by adding on giant missile launchers or anything that the 80s toy franchises were kind of notorious for, Batman being the biggest offender. These were all movie represented action figures. What to say? I think that Tonka probably looked at these as being almost figure pawns for a role-playing game. In the 80s, you know, Dungeons and Dragons, all that kind of business was kind of at the height of its popularity, and I can imagine that Lucas and a few other people were sitting around the tables at Tonka and said, you know, I think these will be great for game pieces for kids to play kind of role-playing games with. You can tell they're almost to that point. They're just in reverse. You know, your average role-playing miniature is metal that goes to a plastic base, whereas these are metal-based plastic figure. It's just a slight spin on that. The Willow action figure, or pawn as I should call it, or figurine, is about 2 inches tall. Let me get my measuring stick here. About 2 inches tall. And like I said, features no articulation. He does come with his wand in his hand and is scaled to the other figures just about in the line. When you put him next to Mad Mortigan or General Kale or any of that, they tower over him. So very cool on Tonka's part to maintain that kind of control over their products. These figures are almost 25 years old now. This is 2012 right now, so at this point they're almost 25 years old. And the paint and the plastic itself are very, very well preserved. I'll spin it real quick so you can see him from all angles while I talk about that. The paint on these action figures are almost absolutely non-cracking. Like, they're in perfect condition. You know, if you look at Smurfs sometimes, you'll see a little bit of spider webbing in the paint jobs and whatnot that happen on them. But on the Willow action figures, and I've ordered several of these over the years, I've never received one with a bad paint job. You will find them with paint rubs and little flakes missing off the bases, but usually if you order them mint on card, they're in pristine condition. I mean, a real great plastic was used in these. It's not tacky like some action figures are that are of this time period, especially made of just a rubber plastic component. So yeah, I mean, I really can't say enough about the Willow action figures, that they're really great figures. I know I keep calling them action figures, they're really just PVC characters, but I really do consider them to be, they're great toys to play with. They're great for building little dioramas, and yeah, I really enjoy them. So if you get a chance, pick these up. They're on eBay, super easy to find. You can get the entire collection of 17 figures plus horses. Well, that's added into that number of figures, 17. But yeah, you can get the horses and even the Ebersis, the giant two-headed troll monster, for probably under $100. You can get the entire set. So that in my opinion is a really great deal. The packaging is also worth talking about. I won't show it because I often get bored with that. You know, you see enough packaging, but yeah, it basically has really nice paintings on the front of the package of the characters, and then on the back there's a little bit of info on the character, and it usually has a large still from the movie of the character in a scene. So pretty neat packaging. I might show that one day with one of the figures, but for the most part, not going to waste your time. Go out, pick up the Willow figures, and if you haven't read the Chronicles of the Shadow War books, also, these are the extended adventures of Willow. Definitely pick those up. Those are by Chris Claremont and George Lucas. There are 3 books in the series: Shadow Dawn, Shadow Star, and the first book is called Shadow Moon. It's basically all about Willow after the events of the movie and who Elora Danan grows up to be. So if you get a chance, check it out. The brownies are in it. Willow gets a name change in it. Anyone know? His name is Thorn Drumheller. So that's Willow's name in the books. He changes it kind of like Frodo changes his name in the Lord of the Rings books. So if you get a chance, pick those up. Also, the movie novelization is great for this this movie. That's by I want to say Drew Whalen, and George Lucas also has a writer credit on it. So yeah, pick up the movie book as well. Has tons of extended scenes that did not even appear in the movie. So check that out. Have a good day. Thank you.